The moon has fascinated humans for centuries. It is a mysterious and beautiful object in our night sky that has inspired myths, legends, and scientific discoveries. From its phases to its impact on our tides, the moon has a profound effect on our planet and our lives. And yet, despite our curiosity and study, there is still much we don't know about our closest celestial neighbor. This is the Fudge Network, and in this story, we will explore some fascinating and surprising facts about the moon, from its history to its unique characteristics and strange phenomena. It's dark outside. It's almost 2 a.m. You step outside and look up at the sky. And there it is, a bright, full moon. You might think you know a lot about Earth's natural satellite. But let me ask you, how was it formed? No one knows the answer, but there are theories. The most popular one is the giant impact theory, which suggests that the moon formed as a result of a collision between Earth and another, smaller planet. The collision may have occurred around 4.5 billion years ago. Another theory, the capture theory, suggests that the moon was once a wandering body in the solar system and was captured by Earth's gravity. However, our planet and the moon have an amazing chemical similarity, which suggests that they have a linked history, and perhaps the moon couldn't have formed elsewhere. Some experts believe that at some point in the past, the Earth spun so fast that a portion of its material broke off. Soon, this material began to orbit around our planet. That's how the moon appeared in the sky. But, again, there is one problem. In this case, the ratio of minerals on the moon should be the same as on Earth. However, there are slight differences. The moon is richer in materials that quickly form at high temperatures. There is another theory, and it is perhaps the most boring one. It claims that the natural satellite of the Earth could have appeared together with the Earth during the formation of our planet. Nevertheless, nowadays astronomers are concerned with a more urgent question. Is the moon a satellite of the Earth, or are they twin planets? The moon is very large compared to our planet, about a quarter of Earth's size. That's why some experts call our planetary system a double planet. But how true is this? If we want to understand, we need to define the word planet. According to the International Astronomical Union, a planet is a celestial body that orbits the Sun, is massive enough to be nearly round due to its gravity, and has cleared the area around its orbit. And what about a satellite? It's an object in space that orbits a larger celestial body. If we take the Earth-Moon system, its center of gravity, called the barycenter, is inside the Earth. Therefore, it is incorrect to claim that we live in a system of twin planets. According to the definition, the moon is still considered a satellite of our planet. Now let's go back in time, for example, 3 or 4 billion years ago. And considering that the moon is not a planet, it most likely had a full atmosphere. It was formed at times when powerful volcanic eruptions shook our satellite. Gases spread across the surface of the moon, and this happened so quickly that they didn't have time to evaporate into space. By that time, the moon and its surface were covered with basins filled with volcanic basalt. Imagine fountains of magma rising high in the air, falling to the ground, and forming streams, miles in length. This is how basaltic basins appeared on the surface of the moon. At some point, scientists got their hands on samples brought back from the moon. They discovered that the lava flows contained not only carbon dioxide and sulfur, but also building blocks of water. Using these samples, researchers were able to calculate the amount of gases that rose and formed the atmosphere. It was most dense about 3.5 billion years ago and lasted for about 70 million years. After that, the atmosphere dissipated into space. But what's most interesting? When the moon had an atmosphere, the satellite was 3 or even 10 times closer to our planet. One computer simulation even suggests that the moon was 19 times closer than it is now. The distance between it and our planet could have been only around 19,000 miles, making the moon appear much larger. Today, our satellite is at a distance of about 240,000 miles. Unfortunately, at that time, there weren't even any dinosaurs on Earth to admire the view. Nowadays, the moon has practically no atmosphere, so the satellite can't protect itself from meteorites. Its surface is littered with craters. For comparison, our planet has about 190 identified impact craters. Many of them are hidden by vegetation or filled with water. On the Moon, there are much more, several million, and about 5,000 of them have a diameter larger than 12 miles. And since the Moon is less seismically active than Earth, these craters and other ancient formations remain in perfect condition for centuries. When you look at the Moon, it will be the brightest object in the night sky. But in reality, its surface is dark, and its reflectivity is only slightly higher than that of asphalt. You probably know that the gravitational attraction of the Moon causes tides on our planet, making the oceans bulge on both the side facing the Moon and the side farther away from it. But that's not all. The Moon also slows down Earth's rotation. This phenomenon is known as tidal braking. It increases the length of a day on Earth by just over 2 milliseconds every 100 years. The Moon is also moving away from the Earth at a rate roughly equivalent to the growth of your fingernails, which is about 1.5 inches per year. If the Moon were to fly off into space, our planet would experience difficult times. Without the stabilizing gravitational pull of the Moon, the Earth's axial tilt would begin to chaotically fluctuate from no tilt at all, meaning no seasons, to excessive tilting, leading to extreme weather conditions. Despite the mostly calm appearance of the Moon's surface, there are lunar quakes occurring on our natural satellite. According to one theory, these quakes may be caused by the Moon shrinking in size as its interior layers cool down. Scientists say that over the course of several 100 million years, the Moon has slimmed down by about 150 feet. Imagine a grape turning into a raisin. It shrivels up and decreases in size. The same is happening to the Moon. It is shrinking and wrinkling, but unlike a grape, the Moon doesn't have a flexible skin. Its surface is solid and brittle, so when the Moon becomes smaller, the crust cracks and breaks, and sections of the surface shift relative to each other. Would you like to learn one more interesting thing about the Moon? Recent studies claim that it has a tail, and every month it wraps around our planet like a scarf. This thin tail consists of millions of sodium atoms, and our planet regularly passes through it. Meteorite impacts throw these atoms onto the surface of the Moon and carry them into space. For several days each month, the Moon remains between the Sun and our planet. During this time, Earth's gravity collects this sodium tail. Our planet pulls it into a long strip that wraps around its atmosphere. This moon tail is completely harmless and invisible to the human eye. It is 50 times fainter than what you can see. But on rare days, powerful telescopes can see its faint yellowish glow in the sky. The tail looks like a sparkling spot, whose diameter is 5 times greater than that of the full Moon. And finally, the most shocking fact: 2 or 3 years ago, an asteroid was pulled into Earth's orbit and began to move around the planet. Despite being no larger than an average car, it was a huge event. And with over 1 million known asteroids, it was only the second one to enter our orbit. Named 2020 CD3, it became our temporary mini-moon. However, it didn't stay close to Earth for long, as the asteroid moved on a random orbit and slowly drifted away. Temporarily captured objects like 2020 CD3 are rare. They must have a certain direction and velocity to be captured by Earth's gravitational pull. Otherwise, they will either crash into the planet or fly off in another direction. The Moon continues to fascinate us with its mysteries and beauty. From its phases and craters to its influence on tides and life on Earth, the Moon has been a subject of study and wonder for centuries. But even with all the knowledge we have gained, there are still new discoveries being made about our celestial neighbor, such as its sodium tail and occasional temporary mini-moons. As we continue to explore and learn more about the Moon, it will undoubtedly remain a source of inspiration and fascination for generations to come. If you found the video interesting, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Click the bell icon to stay updated on new videos, and feel free to leave your comments below.